Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
She put my name with yellow. Hearts with my name with yellow. Her favorite color like the snow. She put my name with yellow. Hearts with my name with yellow. Her favorite color like the snow.
Ready with me to go to FurryCon. This is my first time going to FurryCon, and I am jumping with joy because there's going to be so many cute bakas there. There's also going to be so many other kittens there, and you guys know I get super territorial when I see other cute kittens because it's not fair. I need to be the cutest of them all. I'm also super excited because there's going to be so much free cat food and kitty treats, and you guys know I love to eat my kitty treats. And since I'm new to the furry world, I'm super excited to see all the other furries in their new fursuits. Oh, I'm gonna act up so hard when I see all these cute furries. I'm just praying that my ex Baka doesn't go, because if he goes, oh, there's gonna be a big kitten brawl. This FurryCon is all about love and peace. I want to have the best of time meeting all the other furries. Oh, I'm also super excited because this is gonna be the first time I'm speaking on a panel in a room full of furries. And other Bakas too. I'm quite nervous, but my mommy's giving me some catnip so I can calm down and not have high kitten anxiety when I'm speaking on my panel. I'm going to be doing a story time on the first Baka that I ever met and how he forever changed my life. I want to look like I'm already blushing when I'm talking to the other Bakas, so I want to use a lot of blush. I feel like blush just signifies cuteness. My ex-Baka really liked blush, and sometimes I get really emotional when I use a lot of it. My daddy kitten told me to be strong, and that's what I'm gonna do, because...
Alright, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakah HaKodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone. Sincere shalom to the hopeful elect. Alright, real quick lesson. I'm gonna title this lesson, "This country depends on these type of men to fight in World War III. America is doomed." Okay. Now, what you just watched was a compilation of, noticeably weak men. Okay. These are weak men that, have totally been stripped of their masculinity. And you could blame, the enchantments of America for why these men are this weak now. Okay. When you think of men, right? When you think of a strong man, I'll say you think of a righteous man, a man with a strong moral character. You might even envision a lumberjack, a bodybuilder, just a male that, exhibits strong masculine characteristics. But because of all of the enchantments and all of the, different psychosis strategies of the devil, okay, the men in America have, they've been turned out, okay, and, they've became weak, all right? And this is what you see on a day-to-day basis, even in your personal life, okay? Hang on. You already know it's always loud in the, in the areas I'm in to do these lessons. I'm gonna start trying to find more quieter places, but yeah, in your personal life, what you mainly see, all right, dealing with the the pick of the litter in regards to men, all right, a lot of these men are usually weak and fragile, okay? Weak, fragile. A lot of these niggas have gotten down with LGBT propaganda, right? A lot of these niggas is feminists. You know what I mean? There's a term for, these men, and it's called beta males, okay? Which is a weak, inferior male, right? A beta male, right? And that's all you see in this society, man. Beta males. You know, because America, you know, has not seen real violence, okay, as, you know, like real nationwide violence in a long time. All right. Now, sure, you have, you know, situations where it's a whole lot of wickedness and a whole lot of people are getting put to death. And, you know what I'm saying? People are out here shooting each other for nothing and shit. But as far as like another country invading this place, as far as a civil war, you know what I mean? A society of every man for himself. Okay. America hasn't seen that. All right. In a long, long time, man. All right. And a lot of these men, okay, they have basically transformed into being more docile, okay? And they've gotten comfortable, you know? And that's the mentality of a woman, to be comfortable, right? Women, they have a saying out here, women and children can afford to be reckless and comfortable and careless. Men cannot. Because men are the backbones of society. Men are the backbones of the house. Men are the fabric that holds everything together. Right? So when you got a society of men like this, okay, what chance do you think that you know, these men have during the time of World War III? All right. You know, everybody always talks about America's military might and how strong America is. And America does have, you know, technology wise, America does have, you know, a very powerful arsenal. But these are the type of men that are operating the weaponry. OK, and these are going to be the men that America is going to put on the front lines to go fight in World War III. All right. So for all you people out here that think that this type of shit is cute and you know, a lot of you women, you know, a lot of this is y'all fault, because a lot of you women, and that's why this faggot nigga got a wig on, because he's trying to be the black woman, bitch ass nigga. OK, can't stand niggas like this. But a lot of you women have encourage this behavior in men, you know what I mean, by telling men, oh, it's okay to tap into your vulnerable side. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to, you know, show your feminine side. A lot of you women have encouraged this. So in the time of all out savagery, okay, you women are going to be looking for protectors, right? You're going to expect these type of men to stand up, you know what I mean, and defend you from the enemy. And you're going to look around and it ain't going to be no real men left, right? Because all of these men have been turned out. You know what I mean? All of these men are turning into this for real. Okay? Not all of them, but a big portion of men out here are turning into this. So when you women, when you finally need a strong man during the time of all out anarchy, okay, you're going to look around and, you know, your boyfriend or your male friend, you know, that got this type of spirit within him, he going to be hiding under the goddamn bed, right? He not going to have that courageous spirit to defend you. And that's what a lot of these women don't understand. They think that, you know, niggas like this, you know, because it's so cute and this nigga's like a homegirl, they think that, okay, when the tough gets going, he gonna snap into his masculine frame. No, this is who this nigga is now. This is who these men are now. Okay, they just some weak, fragile, all right, effeminate faggot niggas now, man. All right, and you can blame the so-called white man for all of these enchantments and the reason why these men are turned out the way that they are. All right. So, you know, America is really doomed, man. If these are the men that are getting ready to fight for this country, okay, this place is doomed, man. All right, because pretty soon, America is gonna do a draft. All right, and we've been telling you about that through the spirit that pretty soon a military draft is gonna happen, right? Okay, and these are the type of men that they're gonna have to enlist. You know what I mean? These are the type of men that they're going to have to enlist. These are the type of men that are going to be on the front lines. All right? And these men are not going to stand a chance out there on the battlefield, man. All right? You send these men against them hardcore Russians out there, them hardcore Iranians, and they're going to snap these niggas' necks with their bare hands, man. Okay? You know, you Americans should be ashamed that you've allowed, you know, your country to be overrun with sissy boys like this. Because who's gonna defend y'all, you know what I mean, when everything you know, goes to hell in a handbasket. Now, you know, the hopeful elect, we're not worried about who's gonna defend us, because we already know who's gonna defend us. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is gonna defend us. You see? I'm talking to you Americans, you people that identify as an American. All right? These are the men that y'all have left. Right? These are your options. Okay? And you people encourage this shit. You put LGBT, you know, as the forefront of all your movements. All of the movies is about turning a nigga into a romance lover boy cuck. Right? Like they got that punk ass show that all of these degenerates is watching, Love Island. Right? And I don't watch punk ass shit like that. I'm just being straight up. That's for women. And women really shouldn't even be watching that shit because it's demonic. But they got that show right now, Love Island. Right? And, you know, you look on the show and it's a bunch of men like this. Now, those men are not wearing wigs and they're not fully, I don't know what this nigga is. Okay, he transgender or, you know, because, you know, they got all of these non-binary weirdo terms now. I don't know what this nigga is, but when you look at those men's spirit on that show, right, a lot of those men got this same spirit, weak and fragile. You know what I mean? Smiling all the time, trying to be cute. You see, the world that's getting ready to happen, all right, the times that we're coming into is not going to be for cute men. It's not going to be for men that are obsessed with their face in the camera, okay? It's going to be for hard, gritty, strong-minded men, okay? These type of men are going to be obliterated, man, all right, in the time to come, okay? And this is what you people, this is what you fought for. And these are the results. And then you wonder why you got all of these women on the internet now talking, oh, where are all the good men at? All of these men are gay. What happened? You turned them out. You women turned them out. You know what I mean? Y'all turned these niggas out. You women did this. And now it's not 100% y'all fault, but y'all are responsible for why these niggas are turning into this shit. All right? Telling niggas that it's okay to embrace his feminine side. And you got simp ass, lame niggas like this that believe your ass. Okay? And he discard his masculine traits to become this. All right? So when it's all said and done, and it's time for the real men to rise up, the only men left are going to be the men of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. The rest of these men are going to be turned out and weird and you know, niggas still trying to be cute. Niggas still trying to be sexy. And don't get it confused. A lot of niggas that be in the gym got this spirit in them, man. Niggas who in the gym hitting iron with all the muscles. Okay, I've seen it. They got this type of spirit in them. This sissy, fragile spirit in them, man. All right? And that's how you know this society is over with, man. If all the men have turned into this, I mean, even when you go back in the day when Esau, the so-called white man, when he was going to war with Gad, he was going to war with the Native Americans, okay? Esau has always been a homosexual, but it really wasn't no Edomites that was, that had this spirit in them, because it was a time of war. Esau knew that he had to tap into his masculine frame in order to conquer Gad, in order to go to war. Okay? But like I said, this society has gotten so comfortable now, right, that they forgot what it really takes to be a man, right? These men have forgotten what it really takes to be a man. Okay? These niggas think that giving a woman $20,000, that's a real man, right? Simping out to a woman, worshiping the ground that she walk on, that's a real man. Okay, these niggas can't fight. They don't know any combat moves. They don't know shit. All right? These niggas is obsessed with the camera just like the women is, man. Punk ass nigga in the camera doing all these goddamn skits, man. That's some weak ass punk shit, man. Okay? You in the camera doing a whole bunch of skits and cheerleading dances, man. Let me let's get into the lesson, man. Cause I'll go off the handle on these bitch ass niggas out here, man. I really will. Cause I hate these men. Okay? I hate what these men have become, man. That's why, through the spirit, I've adopted a more simple lifestyle of, go out, handle my business, whether that's going to work, going to the gym, and go straight home. Right? Kind of staying inside. I go out sometime and mingle and socialize if I'm with brothers, but for the most part, I'm in the house, man, because I can't look at this weak ass shit every day, right? Being around these men, because I see this shit, I see these spirits all around in my personal life. Niggas is just like this, simping over a woman, talking like a goddamn female. Okay, it really pisses me off, man. All right, it really does. So I got this in the chat GPT, right? I put, does sin make you weak? Okay, and that's how these men have gotten to this point, to where they're all effeminate the way that they are now, right? Because they're in sin. This is what sin does, man. This is what transgressing the law, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, does to you, man. Puts a demon on you and it makes you weak. Okay? It says the idea that sin makes you weak can be understood in different ways depending on the context. Spiritual, psychological, or even social. Okay? Spiritually, it says spiritual strength. It can cloud moral judgment and diminish your connection to what is considered righteous or holy. You see? Men like this, they're what does it say? Their moral judgment. These type of men, their moral judgment is on the fritz. Okay? These type of men don't really have any real standard. They don't even have any dignity. You know what I mean? How could you as a grown man even get on the camera and do some shit like this, man? Okay, and then think that this is cool. And that's why I hate this social media world, because you got a bunch of weirdos and losers and nerds that are getting on the internet and they post some fucking off shit that's off the handle. And as long as they get people that to like their picture and to like their videos and to like their photos and comment, that's all they need. They don't give a fuck how goofy it is. They don't care how weak it looks. Okay, how weak it makes them look as a man. How their integrity as a man has been diminished. They don't give a damn. It's just all about clout. Okay, and other people, what can I say? Other people looking up to them, man. You see? So therefore, their moral judgment, okay, has diminished, man. All right. It says willpower or moral resilience. Repeated sin can make it harder to resist temptation in the future. You see? No more willpower. No more resilience. All right? You know? That's why you got a lot of men that are out here obese, man. You know? Men out here that don't care to take care of themselves. Men out here that, you know, he don't have any you know, real motivation to, you know, become a better version of himself. The nigga just allow himself to just get fat. That's another weak ass trait as well. Just letting yourself get obese and eating yourself to fucking death, man. Okay, as a man, you're supposed to have, you know, a certain pride in you know, how you look, man. All right. I'm not saying, you know, you don't have to be no Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, you have to have a physique like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I mean, shit, man. You know, get in the gym sometimes, man. Go learn a martial art, man. Keep yourself active with exercise, man. You know, that's you. You know, pretty much. You know, rewarding yourself, man. Having confidence in yourself. Okay. But you got a lot of these men that's out here fat and obese, right? Because they don't have any more willpower. They've been cultivated with feminism propaganda, man. All right. All right. It says psychologically, sin or actions that violate your own moral code can lead to guilt and shame, which drain emotional energy and confidence, cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort of acting against your beliefs, which can affect focus and mental clarity. You see? And these are the symptoms of weak men. Okay? Basically, no standard. All right? No understanding. Okay? You know, whatever's convenient. A lot of these men have the mentality of whatever's convenient. I'm just trying to get along. You know, whatever's safe. This is why a lot of these men are not really, you know, they can't come to the idea of the truth. It's like, it's understandable why women can't understand the truth, but you men, okay, you Israelite men, all right, you should be able to look around you, okay, and understand that, you know, the world that we live in is off course, okay, according to the Heavenly Father. But, you know, you men are you know, a lot of these men out here are, you know, involved in fucking social media gossip, man. You know, the scriptures talk about sit not in the midst of women, and you'll see that a lot, man. You'll see niggas like this. It'd be a nigga like this, and him hanging out with like 3 women, right? And they all his homegirls. That type of shit make you weak, man, as a man. Okay? Because all of that feminine energy, all right, is going to eventually take a toll on your spirit. Okay? And you're going to find yourself trying to fit in with the crowd. So in order to, you know, get your homegirls to accept you, now you got to start acting like a homegirl. You got to start gossiping. You got to, you know what I mean? Your mannerisms have to become more feminine to, you know, to appease the women around you. Okay? And that in turn makes you weak, man. All right? Your testosterone becomes depleted. All right? It says socially and relationally. Okay? Certain behaviors considered sinful, like betrayal, dishonesty, or selfishness, can damage trust and relationships, isolate you from community support, lead to long-term consequences that leave you socially or emotionally vulnerable. You see? So yeah, basically sin does make you weak, man. Okay? It damages your mind, right? And when your mind is damaged, you definitely will become like this. And maybe this is a skit. Maybe this guy is just playing because, you got a lot of these type of niggas, man, that, a straight man that'll put on a wig, right? And then do a skit and act like a woman, And you can blame, DL homosexual niggas like Medea, Tyler Perry, you know what I mean? That Tyler Perry demon. Okay? A lot of these niggas really started to, take on that role of, let me put on this wig and do a skit because of what they seen Tyler Perry do. And even way before Tyler Perry, you had Martin, Jamie Foxx, all of them niggas. Will Smith, they was all putting on wigs. Let's do a funny little skit acting like a woman. See, as a masculine man, you can't do no shit like that, man, and then think you're gonna retain your masculinity, man. Okay? A man is not supposed to tap into his feminine side at all, man. All right? You do that shit one time, man, and you're gonna put a demon on you, and now you fall in love with the goddamn wig. Now you didn't stitch the fucking weave in your head. You didn't went beyond, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you going to the nail salon painting your nails and shit. You see? And this is what happens when you transgress the law, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. This is what happens when a whole society, crosses out Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right? There's no more men left to fight. All right? So now we're at the cusp of World War III, where pretty soon this country is going to need real men to step up, all right, and defend those that can't defend themselves. And this is what all of the men are doing. This is what the men are concerned with. All of these goddamn podcasters that are sitting there talking about, high value man is supposed to be this, high value man is supposed to be that. Okay? You niggas ain't no high value men. All right? The real high value men are the men of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, okay? The men of the Lord. All right? And we're not going to defend this fucking country. Okay? We really hope that this shit burn. All right? Really. Okay? So let me get a scripture and we'll shut it out. Jeremiah 51:30. It says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. Right? There's no more fight left in these niggas. Okay? There's no more fight left in them. All right? Niggas is out here fluctuating between the masculinity and the femininity. Talking about, nigga, I'm getting bitches, though. That's a nigga's main fucking excuse for why he acting like a bitch himself. Oh, I'm getting bitches, though. Nigga got a man bun. You know what I mean? Talking about I'm getting bitches. You niggas is weak as hell, man. Okay? And then not to mention, a lot of these niggas is on drugs. So their bodies are physically weak. Smoking weed all day. How are you going to be a proficient warrior physically and mentally and spiritually How are you going to be a proficient warrior, but you do drugs, you smoke weed all day? You're definitely going to become physically weaker. Okay? You think, the soldiers of Russia, you think they're sitting around smoking weed, eating chips all day? You think the soldiers of China and Iran are sitting around watching fucking Bad Girls Club or whatever fucking social media gossip channel you niggas is in tune to these days? Hell no. They're preparing for war. Okay? Out there in those countries, man, they have curriculums that men have to attend to. Okay? They have combat curriculums, war strategy curriculums that men out there have to be in attendance to, right? At an early age, they train the young men to understand war and combat, Even if they're not soldiers, they make sure that those men are prepared for any violent scenario. America's not doing that with these men. America is promoting homosexuality, right, and telling these men to embrace their soft side. Like these black women say, these niggas is in a soft girl era. Okay? Weak ass niggas, man. It says, they have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. Let's get that in a different translation. Jeremiah 51:30. Okay? NLT. It says, her mightiest warriors no longer fight. All right? And look at the American military. Okay? It's a lot of sissy boy behavior going on in the military, man. I be seeing niggas who be in the military. Nigga got his goddamn military uniform on, and this nigga is on camera dancing in Vogue. This nigga's twerking on camera. And I be thinking to myself, when I see them type of videos, I'm like, but these are the niggas that America's getting ready to send to fight the war? What the fuck is going on, man? Where are all the strong masculine men at? You need strong masculine men to go fight those other strong masculine men in these other countries, man. You can't send these niggas out there, right, to go defend this place and then think that you're going to overcome. All right? Them niggas is going to get out there, man, and at this point, these niggas, if they chip a nail, they're going to give up the fight. Oh, I don't want to do this no more. Not no real warriors in America no more, man. Okay? Except the real men of the Lord. All right? Even the so-called warriors of this country, eventually, feminism cultivates them, man. You know? Niggas start getting into Hollywood. You know, he's a cage fighter, but then he start getting into Hollywood and then you start to see the nigga, lose his masculinity all the way. So yeah, man, these men out here have lost all sense of masculine strength. Okay? This is why we need Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, okay? Because Yahushai is going to reestablish real raw masculinity in the earth, man. Okay? In the kingdom of heaven, you're not going to see no niggas like this no more. All right? These type of men are not useful for a productive society, man. All right? It says they stay in their barracks, their courage gone. All right? No more courage in the American man. Okay? No more courage in the American man. They're getting on Twitter. These niggas is turning on cameras, crying on camera about shit that women cry about, man. Okay? These niggas ain't concerned with, war and strategizing. These niggas ain't even getting themselves prepared for, this society to collapse. Obviously, something as big is about to happen. You look at politics, you look at the news and the media, and what Donald Trump is doing. Anybody with common sense can tell you that, something big is getting ready to happen. But what is the average American man out here doing? Putting on lip gloss and makeup and foundation and, trying to hang out with the nigga trying to be a fucking homeboy to a whole bunch of women that ain't gonna give him no pussy anyways. These niggas is in a complete trick bag, man. Okay, Tawadi Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man, for giving us our masculinity back. Cause hey, if we was in the world, hey, who knows, man? We would have turned out like these niggas, man. For the love of money and for the love of women, we could easily turn out like these niggas, man. Tawadi Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It says, they have become like women. The invaders have burned the houses and broken down the city gates. Yeah, and the invaders is getting ready to encroach on this place. All right? These countries that America is getting ready to go to war with, these are going to be the invaders. And when they officially, come in and, start to overrun this land with violence, a lot of these men are not going to be able to stand up to it. All right. A lot of these men are not going to be able to stand up to it. A lot of these men are going to be curled up in fetal position crying. OK, because they're not built for this type of these type of scenarios, man. All right. They live their life as a family man. All right. Or a goddamn a female boy toy, a Love Island, lame ass, trying to be sexy nigga. OK. So pretty soon, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is getting ready to bring violence to America's doorstep, and it ain't gonna be nobody to defend the women or children or the elderly. All the men are gonna be running around scrambling like women. Okay. So I just wanted to make this lesson because I had to strike when the iron was hot. All right. And Lord willing, this was edifying. We give all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shalom.